Hey everyone, it's Kaitlin. Welcome back to my corner of the internet. Today's video is a little different. I thought that we would chill out together with a really relaxing journal with me, and instead of going over what I'm doing, since I've done this monthly setup quite a few times now, I thought instead I would share with you something else, and today that's going to be a couple of tips that I've recently employed that have really helped me stay consistent with my journal. So I'm going to be popping in here and there throughout the video to share some things that have been really helping me stay consistent and use my journal in the midst of life and its chaos, and I hope you find them helpful. My first tip probably doesn't come to surprise to anyone when it comes to journaling. I think a lot of people know that the best way to be consistent is to build it into your routine. So instead of going on about the illustrious forms of habit formation, I thought I'd share a small tip or method I like to use and still use to this day with my bullet journal. And that is to have your journal open in front of you whenever you're watching TV. And while this is also a great way to avoid forgetting things, I also find that just having your journal open and ready is a great way to encourage you to get into this routine of remembering you need to write something down or do something and just going ahead and doing it. And that's something that I know may sound small and it may sound like reverse advice, some people say you need to journal in complete silence on your own, and sometimes I think that's great, but other times, we do live imperfect lives, and sometimes you just gotta whip your journal out while watching a show and make do with what you can do at the time. The next key to consistency, for me at least, is making sure my journal is adaptable and flexible, and there's no kind of things in my journaling system preventing me from doing something. For me, this means not having to design or create a spread before I put pen to paper and make a note. In my journal, I just write things down when I want to, and then later, if I want to create a header, I can go ahead and do that, but it's not standing in the way of me getting down information that I need to get out of my brain so that I don't forget it later. And this, in fact, feeds into my third and final tip, which is really honing in on your why, or the value that your journal provides. Part of why I really love my journal being easy to write down notes and thoughts without having to design a header first is because I know that my journal functions and provides value to me by being a tool where I can dump out my thoughts so that I can be less stressed and feel a lot more peace throughout my day. So I guess this is kind of the main point I really want to hone home, wow, alliteration, in this video. And that is that the best way you're going to be able to be consistent with your journal is if your journal is something that brings you immense value and is a tangible benefit to your life. I think sometimes we feel more or less motivation to journal depending on how busy our lives are, and I know sometimes I will drop off journaling for a couple days or maybe a week or even a month, and what gets me coming back every time is an internal reminder of how beneficial my journal is for my life. So that's kind of the thought I want to leave with you today in terms of journaling and being consistent with your journal, making sure that you are truly creating a system and a space that brings you a ton of value and a ton of benefit. I think that is the best way to really make it a consistent tool, because when motivation leaves you, your brain will probably come back to it because it'll think, it's actually kind of a helpful thing. I kind of need this in my life. Or at least that's what my brain does. So I'm going to leave you with that thought. I hope that you found my tips helpful today. These have been helpful in my life when I've been busy and less busy. Right now I'm very busy because we have a puppy, so I don't have a lot of time to journal. But these tips have really helped me stay on track and keep doing it. So yeah, that's the video today, guys. I'm going to leave you with some relaxing music and the sounds of paper and stationery, and I will see you all in next week's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're well, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody.